We're here to solve this round trip puzzle I wrote called 345. It has these series clues which lead to most of the forcing constraints in the puzzle. Particularly the 5 clues are the most key at the start. In a 7x7 grid of 5 long stretch, we always had to take the middle cells. So from top and bottom, these segments can be drawn in. From left and right, these segments can be drawn in around these big clues. Main play set puts a little bit of tension in the grid is in this middle row where we can't come through these edges at all. So the 4 has to come through here. That means this turning spot coming up or coming down is going to be the 4 long stretch. A key place to probably come, and I think there's just one break-in for this puzzle. I think it's looking exactly at the cell, and it's actually seeing that we have a circuit of clues that's potentially going to form. So let me turn on shading and sort of show what I mean through that. So if this 5 clue turns from here, it's going to come here and turn up, and that's going to force from this 5 clue this thing to come over here. But notice that now all these clues don't work. This would need to be a 4 with a 4 opposed to a 5 with a 5. So there is a tension if you turn through this cell that's going to lead to the whole puzzle not being able to be completed. So I'll show what that works like to break, but essentially this would be the forced turn in from this 5. That now means this turning up from a 4 clue below does this. That means that this coming from the left turns over here, and now this needing to be part of a 5, it actually can't be part of a 5. So the observation to break through in this puzzle is from this cell here, and the marking this edge off puts this extra edge in. It means we come across here with an extra line segment. That extra line segment now fully forces this 4. It can't come up across this edge. It has to go across these. Can't do more than that. This now has to turn and be part of this 4, so it's got to turn to the right. That marks off this edge. That means the 5 comes down, finishes here. This turns over to be part of the 3 clue, finishes this out. This 5 comes up one more. This edge down here means this 5 comes in. That's going to have to stretch over. If this end and this end come together, we would close off the loop. So these don't join. This turns to the right. This turns up. These all look okay. The 4 for it to be connecting in has to be part of the stretch, which will look like this. It can't come to the left here because it's already expending that long clue. So we actually now build out this cul-de-sac. This that's turning up will have to be for the 3 clue. Comes up here. This coming across will now be the 5 clue. That comes over here. This also will have to be for this 5 clue and come over. You need to still get a 3 into the grid, which will be right here, and marking the last segments and finishes the puzzle. So case of an easy setup with the 5s, but then a hard place to do a look ahead step. And my intention was to see that the way these clues work, if a 5 came to the left, moves the 4 up, moves this 5 to the right, and now you'd have 2 cells here that can't be part of a valid 5. So form an invalid rectangle in the grid was the logic for the puzzle. If you didn't see that, you might have struggled a bit to get placements, but the long clues as a whole, the 4s and 5s, put a lot of limits into the grid. So hopefully you got something from this video. We'll see you again soon.